I rise today in one of the hottest economic environments our nation has ever seen. The last time American unemployment was this low, the Beatles were on the charts, and I was a starting forward on the JV basketball team back in Jasper, Indiana. The last time U.S. stocks had a January as good as this last month, the Hoosiers were on their way to a national championship under Coach Bobby Knight. Last night, President Trump outlined the incredible success and progress our country has made in the last 2 years. And it's times like these that drive home the point that we all already know. Business is the engine of the American economy, not government. Entrepreneurs, from titans of large industry to mostly Main Street entrepreneurs, are the force that generate prosperity, not politicians. America's true power is held in our local chambers of commerce, not in the chambers of Congress. Our best wisdom comes from the factory floor, not the Senate floor. Business people understand what makes the economy tick. And with someone like President Trump at the helm, the true potential of the American economy is being unleashed. GDP and job growth numbers have never been like this. These numbers during the Obama administration were scoffed at not being attainable. Now it's happening. We've got to keep that in mind. President Obama offered us 8 years of stagnation and cynicism. President Trump has offered optimism, bold leadership, and the deep understanding of what makes a business boom that can only come from the experience of somebody from the real world, an entrepreneur. Like the president, I built my business over many years. Started back in 1981 with just a few employees. Original office was in a mobile home on a rock lot. Very hard scrabble existence. I think of all the time invested, 17 years we hovered as a small business. Patience and persistence underlie everything that really works in this economy, in this world. We lived within our means. We reinvested in our own success in good times and bad. And this story is being played out across the country. President Trump's Tax Cut and Jobs Act is the most significant pro-growth legislation that's come out of Washington since I've been paying attention. And like I say, that's been 37 years. For my company, the Trump tax cuts were the biggest capital infusion we'd ever seen. Like the president, I've been blessed in that 3 of my 4 kids work in my business. When tax reform was signed into law, I believe back in December of 17, one of my sons came to me and he said, "Dad, we need to take these savings. We're sending less to DC. Let's do something with it." I said, "What did you have in mind?" He said, "I'd like to share these benefits with our employees. I'd like to share these benefits with our employees." I said, "Well, particularly what did you have in mind?" He said, "I'd like to raise 401k benefits. I'd like to start quarterly bonuses. We always did an end of the year bonus. And I'd like to cut family health care costs by $1,400 a family." And we had held them flat for 9 years. I said, "Wow, I wish that had been my idea. I like it." And he said, "The other thing is, I'd like to put in the company memo that this is due to tax reform." I hadn't been in politics long. I was on a school board 10 years, 3 years as a state legislator, but I knew you had to be careful when you mix business with a political statement. I asked him to talk it over with his brother, who I thought might want to just give the benefits, not make a political point out of it. He said, "Dad, you're the CEO. What do you think?" I said, "Put it in the company memo that this is due to tax reform. As conservatives, we need to be proud of it." That's exactly what we did. Regulatory cuts in tax reform are never going to make headlines. Americans are seeing it, though, the results in real dollars and cents in their paychecks, their 401ks, and it's clear that when government gets out of the way of enterprisers, the rising tide of prosperity lifts all ships. If my fellow Republicans and conservatives ever want to win again, it's incumbent upon us to make the case that this economy is due to the fact that the administration and the Republican Congress created the stage for this economic boom that we're within. It is also incumbent upon employers across the country to make sure you share these benefits with your employees. If that's not done, we're going to waste an opportunity. And the reason it's so critical is that there are a lot of folks that have a different point of view. The Democrats have a proposal that basically is this: more taxes, more debt, probably more regulations, taking steps down the pathway, I think, to a socialist catastrophe, like the daily horrors we see in Venezuela, embracing a failed ideology that has not worked anywhere else. Promising free college, free insurance, never be able to pay for it, may be a good way to win votes in 2020, no way to run a country. Sooner or later, somebody gets stuck with the bill. And if we fail to confront this creeping threat to our free market principles now, our children and grandchildren will pay dearly. And again, it is so incumbent upon us to take this opportunity, run with it as business owners, so we can put it into practice where everybody is feeling the benefits beyond what they have so far. If we want to keep President Trump's economic rally going, create more opportunity for Americans to live their American dream, and make the clear choice between pro-growth policy and a descent towards socialist calamity, more business people as well need to step out of the comfort zone and run. Try to become a state legislator. Get involved, run for Congress, run for Senate. I did it out of nowhere when nobody thought it could be done. But if we want our system to work the way it should, when it works best for all, we need to make sure that message is getting heard. Let's keep it booming. Let's keep this thing going. Participate, get involved. Thank you. I yield back my time.